Where 2015 is now over, 2016 is just beginning. And with that, I am here to bring you guys a new top 10 list, this one for the top 10 most anticipated movies of 2016. Now obviously every year there are a ton of movies that I'm excited to see, but there are always usually around 10 that I'm more excited to see for one reason or another. But I must admit, 2016 has a lot of movies that I'm very interested to see, so it was really tough to whittle this list down to just 10 movies. It took me a while, but I was able to do it. Now obviously these movies have never been seen yet, so we have no idea how they're gonna turn out. They could end up being awesome, they could end up being terrible, they could end up being somewhere in the middle. These are just the movies that I'm most excited for and I think will be the most fun building up towards. So with all that said, let's do this. Number 10 on my list of anticipation is Doctor Strange. Now me personally, I don't know a whole lot about this character from the Marvel comics. But as I've mentioned again and again, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has just delivered us some great movies. Benedict Cumberbatch, we all know he's a great actor, and I've heard from a lot of people that he is a great choice to play Doctor Strange. I know, my excitement from this movie comes almost purely from the success of the Marvel movies. But seeing the track record that those movies have, I think the odds favor that Doctor Strange will be great. At number 9 is another movie I'm stoked for based off of the success of other movies it's based off of, and that is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Never read a single Harry Potter book in my life, but I saw and enjoyed every single Harry Potter movie. And obviously when the Harry Potter movies officially came to a close, everyone still wanted to see more from the Wizarding World. Now we're about to get that. This movie has good actors, it has a very interesting premise. J.K. Rowling wrote the screenplay for this movie. I think that's really gonna help it. And I'm really looking forward to see what else this world has to offer. Next on the list at number 8, we have Rogue One. It's another new Star Wars movie. That should be all you need right there. But what I'm most interested about is the premise of this movie. About these rebels trying to steal the plans for the first Death Star. It kind of sounds like Disney is trying to make its own version of Star Wars prequels because so many people, myself included, do not like the prequels. And since The Force Awakens turned out as awesome as it did, I have confidence that this movie will at least be a very interesting Star Wars film. Number 7 is a movie that will probably shock a lot of you in the fact that I don't have it much higher on my list of anticipation. Do not get me wrong though when I say that I am very much looking forward to Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. However, this is also the movie that I am most skeptical going into. Ben Affleck as Batman, I'm still not completely sold on. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, I am not sold on whatsoever. I've been following this movie very closely, and I will say the premise, the trailers, it all has me very interested to see this movie. It's just not a movie that I have the most confidence in. However, if this movie turns out to be awesome, which I sincerely hope it does, I will happily admit to you all that I was wrong about it. I just need to see it first. At number 6, we have The Jungle Book. The original Jungle Book is a Disney classic that we all know and love. And the few attempts that were made in trying to make a live-action version of The Jungle Book, they didn't work out that great, I feel. This version, however, I think has the potential to be amazing. The trailer looks incredible. The voice cast for each animal in this movie I think will turn out great. The visuals look awesome. The movie itself just looks exciting. And the young kid actor playing Mowgli in this movie, I have a feeling that he will be one of those rare kid actors who gives a great performance and just steals the entire show. I'm very excited for The Jungle Book. Number 5 is a DC Comics movie that I have way more confidence in than Batman v Superman, and that is Suicide Squad. The premise of this movie is so interesting. Let's take a ton of bad guys, make them the leads of this movie, and make them the ones that we root for. We have never really seen that in a superhero movie, and I think it will bring so much here. The cast looks really, really promising. Jared Leto, I think, is going to be a great Joker. Margot Robbie, I know, is going to be a great Harley Quinn. It's a different take on these types of movies, and I think it's going to pay off big time. At number 4, we have a Marvel movie that is not part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it's still following a solid batting average, and that is X-Men Apocalypse. X-Men First Class is a movie I love. X-Men Days of Future Past is a movie I really love. So with those movies being as great as they are, and Bryan Singer directing this movie after he directed Days of Future Past, yeah, I am all for X-Men Apocalypse. Most of the cast is returning. We all know they're awesome. The trailer looks sick. The story sounds great. Oscar Isaac, we all saw how awesome he was in The Force Awakens, and I think he's gonna do great as Apocalypse. We're about to witness the X-Men take on the mutant that the Bible wrote about. How can you not look forward to that? Number 3 is a movie that we've all been stoked for since we saw the Red Band trailer for it, and that is Deadpool. Oh my gosh, what not to look forward to with this movie? Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool is the perfect casting. He's finally playing Deadpool for the first time ever, because that was not Deadpool in X-Men Origins Wolverine. And this movie just looks like such an original superhero movie, in the fact that this movie is not holding back anything. There's gonna be swearing, bloody violence, crude humor, and I think it's gonna be awesome. I've probably watched the trailer for this movie at least 50 times, and I laugh my ass off every time I watch it. I cannot wait to see what else this movie has in stores. This is a movie that I am looking forward to maybe a bit more than I should be. But this is my list of anticipation, and at number 2 we have Finding Dory. Finding Nemo is just one of the greatest animations ever made. It's a movie that I have loved since childhood. And now we are getting a sequel to Finding Nemo. Even if you are skeptical, you know you are looking forward to this movie. Dory just might be my all-time favorite Pixar character, and I really like that this movie is focusing primarily on her. Ellen DeGeneres is returning as the voice of Dory. That's awesome. And I know Pixar really hasn't given us a great continuation of one of its movies since we got Toy Story 3. But since I loved Inside Out as much as I did, and I truly feel that movie was a return to glory for Pixar, I'm gonna stand by this movie and hold on to hope that it is truly going to be a great new addition for Pixar. And here we are, my number 1, the movie that I am most excited for in 2016. You already know what it is. It's Captain America Civil War. Similar to Suicide Squad, this movie is giving us something we haven't really seen before in superhero movies. And that is superheroes at war with each other. It just sounds like a really smart and great story that I think will add so much more to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We all know Thanos is coming, and it's gonna be all-out war when he does get here. But before the Avengers can fight him, they have to fight each other. I just feel this is going to be a really action-packed movie that I also think is going to hit us really hard emotionally. We'll all be really conflicted on whether we're on the side of Captain America or Iron Man. It will be entertaining as hell to see the action in this movie, but it's also just going to hit us where we live, having to see the heroes that we all know and love have to fight and be at war with each other. I'm interested to see how the Avengers regroup from the events in this movie and how it leads into the rest of Marvel Phase 3. I think it's going to be badass. So there you have it. Those are the 10 movies of 2016 that I am most excited for. I really do believe 2016 is going to be a great year for movies, you know, after we get past the month of January. We do still have The Revenant, though. Or at least those like me who didn't get to see it when it was limitedly released. But that's a video for another day. So for now, that's all I gotta say. Guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to leave a comment. I'd love to hear what movies you guys are looking forward to the most. And as always, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.